and there is an AI function now that I also started, just to know that Zoom has an AI function that it creates a summary of our meeting. So after we finish, it's going to create a text and it's going to have a summary of what we discussed today. That's also a new thing that the AI is doing now.
Okay. Excellent.
So, perfect. So let's start. I'm going to go right to share my screen. So let me do it in another way. Spotlight for everybody. I'm going to be like in the spotlight, as I should be. And just kidding.
As you want to be.
No, I'm going to show you like how is my studio. So in the next quarter, you might have a studio like that. So my studio is like this, like now. I have all these buttons and everything, and the cameras, and I can have a multi-camera. I can be in Miami. I can be like in the Times Square, wherever you want, just with the push of a button. So it's nice to be able to have these kind of tricks. But also I can share my screen without sharing my screen from Zoom. That's also something that you can use like without interrupting the flow of a presentation.
Impressive console.
Yeah, it is. We can play a lot of sounds and sound effects, and I can bring like sounds from my mobile. And there is also a free software, because I'm using a paid one. But there is a free software called OBS that you can do all these things, that you can make all these kind of effects, and you can transfer yourself, or I can show you my phone if I want to show you how you can use something on a phone or whatever, and I can do all that. So there is all these possibilities just with one piece of equipment, this one, and some free software.
Nice.
Wow, that's amazing. I need to to learn something more about you.
Absolutely. You are doing Zoom meetings with clients already, right?
Yeah.
So you need to be the best. You need to be the
Yep.
most professional, like in Zoom meetings. You need to have like a great green screen behind you, not the actual green screen that the Zoom is creating and you disappear and everything. You can do great things like you can write on the screen. I can cancel myself. You cannot do that in the Zoom yourself, right? Yep. That's another thing that you can do, like just by creating an iPad, and like you have an iPad like this in a green screen, and then you do it like that. It's a trick that you can do. Or you can also use your iPad as your presentation, so you don't need to share your presentation. You just open the presentation in your iPad, and there is a way that you can do that. Let me show you. This is in Hungarian. We had a meeting in Hungarian. So I do that, and now you will see me in this small slot, and I can show you what I see in my iPad. So without even sharing the screen, I can show you whatever I want without saying, I'm sharing my screen. Can you see what I see now? Whatever. I don't need to ask you anymore. I see what you see. So like it's different like that. Or you can also create like a board like that. You can use a pen and you can write exactly what you want to write. No, it's 100. Wrong. It was not a plus, it was a multiplication. Anyway, let's go to the CRM now. I'm going to share the screen with just one button. Yes, I'm going to be like there in another format. So let's start with the basic. I will go to an account that it's a new account, so you can see how it is the CRM without having contacts inside. I don't know what is your experience already. Have you used already the CRM, or it's the first time that you will see that?
I've been using it for not as much as I want, but
Okay. I'm going to show you in English. I have it in Spanish also, but I prefer to show you in English so it's easier for me. If you want me to show you in Spanish, I can do that, but I think it's better to do that. Let's do it in Spanish. I will try also to learn.
You need to learn.
Yeah. But wait, because this... Yeah, I need to go to another country. Oh, South America.
But we are not South America.
I know you're Latin America, no? Right?
North America.
How you are North America?
By geography.
By geography, okay.
North America, it's Canada, the States, and Mexico.
Okay. Wait. Let me... Wait. Okay. Now it should work. No, it doesn't work. They gave me the wrong, probably. Okay, I will go to my account, doesn't matter. You will understand, like it's going to be with no contacts a new account, but if you're using that already, it's going to be okay. Let me use the one that I have already. Nope. We are a live show, so we have, let me.
Technology.
No, it's not technology. They told me, they
It's
changed my password for the thing, and I didn't have time in between to see what is the right thing. I think I got it now. I did. Okay. So, okay, in the CRM, the most important thing is how you can import contacts that you have already. So let's start with something very simple, but there is something special about your market and how you can import names that they have 2 names and 2 surnames, because normally we don't have it like that, like in other countries. So I'm going to show you first how you can import the contacts, and whenever you want, you will stop me and ask whatever you want, okay? Don't wait for me to ask you to ask. Interrupt me and tell me like that you need to know that. So first here you have you see active prospects. When you see here active prospects, this is for the prospects that they are not already your clients. And here there is a button that you can turn it to see your existing clients. So first thing that you understand is there is 2 lines of business. The one is the active prospects, and the other is like the ones that it's not your clients already, and you try to make them your clients. And here there is your existing clients, as many as you have. Okay. So this button will take you to these 2 different timelines, the 2 different CRMs. The one is the existing clients, and the other is the prospects. Whenever here it says prospects, you have your prospects. When I click here and you have existing clients, there is existing clients. So now how you import contacts. You click here in this, let me put it in your language that you said. I will try to see if I can remember what's what. Importar contactos. And here you just need to have an Excel ready. So this is the most tricky part. What kind of Excel you can upload. You need to prepare the Excel before you upload that. That's the thing. So I'm going to show you first how you can prepare your Excel, and then I'm going to show you how you can open it. So now let me go to the Excels that Alexander told me. This is the one with a full name. Normally, if you have an Excel file from your company, let me put it in the middle so you can see. Okay. So here you have, let's say, the full name, Juan Carlos Jimenez Perez Pacheco, whatever. Juan Carlos Manchera Ares, whatever. And here the system, that's the only problem of the system for now, because now we are creating an AI function that will understand what's the name and what's the surname, and it will divide it by itself. The only thing you need to do now is in the full name section, that you will have one column with full name, to put a comma between the name and the surname. Okay? So you see it's Juan Carlos, comma, Jimenez y Perez Pacheco. Juan Carlos, comma, Manchera. So the only thing that you need to spend 30 minutes, if you have a big list of existing clients, if you want to put them, the 2 first names and whatever is, because here it's 4 items, Jimenez y Perez Pacheco. So the system cannot understand what is the name and the surname. So you just put a comma. Just when you have existing clients or any other Excels that they have these 4 names, just spend 15 minutes just to put a comma in between. Is this clear? Just one will be like the one that you hear me and we understand.
Yes.
One will be the volunteer. Perfect. Okay, so you need one column to be the name with comma between name and surname. The second column might be the mobile phone or the phone that you have. The third column should be the email. The fourth column can be, if you have it, because it might be prospects and you don't have it, date of birth to whoever you have it. And the fifth column is if you have any comments for this client, something that you want to remember. And if he is a company, you can also have a company name. If it is a company, because you might start working with companies also. So in order to do that, it's very easy. I will take another Excel, again, like a common Excel, that let's say your system gives you this Excel and you have these Excels. So the only thing that you can do is go here, mark this column with the arrow here. You click, right click, you make copy of this column, and then you go to the other Excel, and let's say we want to create another thing, and we paste it. So now you have all this here, okay? So that's the only way that you need to do these columns. Just create from the Excels that you have, choose the 5 columns that you need, and copy paste them in a new Excel. Is this clear, this? The volunteer, I don't hear the volunteer because I cannot see you now.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So you create this Excel, you save this Excel. Let me save it. Let's say this is the 5 clients that you have. Let's say full name, let's put it like here in an easy file that you can find it. So now I go again to the software and I find this file that I have, this Excel file. Here is the full name as I called it. I open it. Now I have the number 1, that means that it's uploaded, and I need to click this black button. So now the system will show me what I'm going to import. If there are a lot of names and numbers, it will have many pages here. So I'm just checking that everything is in place. If everything is in place now, I can select if I want to tag them. I will show you how you can create tags after. But when you import them, you can put tags like here. Let's say if you import an Excel that they are family men with children. So let's say this must be the one. If they are A clients or B clients or C clients or whatever, but they need to be all together the same. That's the only limitation here. If they have high income, let's say, you have a list of high income clients or whatever. So you can select these options. So these tags that I'm going to show you after how we use it, they can be in place and you can create your own tag. Let's say I will create a tag called Victor. You can choose the color of this tag that you want. Let's say it's red. And you don't forget to click the plus sign. So you plus sign, so if you see it here, it's already okay. So you have 2 options selected here and the third tag here. Then you might not want to tag them at all, right? I'm just telling you that you can do that. Most of the times, because they are going to be mixed list, like they are not going to be all high income or whatever, you don't put any tags. You just keep that. The one that you need for sure to choose in what column they want these contacts to go. So the most often things are either to go to the active prospects, so you choose that, or if you are importing a list of existing customers, you will go to clientes existentes. Okay. So let's say we want to put existing clients. Okay. Also, empresas is companies if they are individuals or companies. And here, if you want again, you can put if there are some, let's say, specific way that you find these prospects. Maybe they are clients from social media, or they are clients from networking, or personal contacts that you are interacting. If you want, you don't need to do that. You can choose how you find them, or else you leave it like that. Okay. So again, you upload the list, you put tags or not. The most important is that you are choosing in what column you want them to go. And if they are individuals or companies, and if you know how to you find them, or you don't, or they are a mixed list, because there are some from social media, some from networking, some from referrals, so you don't know where they are, so you cannot tag them all together. So you save that, and now all these clients are in the existing clients here. They are already here, okay? So they are imported. So you know that you have them already. And the same if you want to import them in the prospects, the active prospects. Is this clear so far, just the import part?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, perfect. So after you import them, now we're going to discuss how you can use it day by day. Before we go to the day by day, just to show you, if let's say you find a new prospect now, somebody gives you a referral or whatever, how you can import them like one by one, because you might find one today. So you click the plus sign here or the plus sign here. So you put a name. Let's say I found today a good client, Victor Toruco. He's not a company. If he was a company, I will put here and it will ask me for the company name. If I know his date of birth, I will put it because the system will notify me when to call him for happy birthday. If I have his phone, I will put it like here. If I have an address, I will put it, or else I will leave it void. I will put an email that's very important, and something as an advice to you. If you take a referral, don't take only the phone, the mobile phone, the number now. Take the email also. For one specific reason, because let's say if you take some referrals and you call them and they don't answer, or they answer and they tell you, let's speak next year because this year is very difficult for me, it's good to create a content strategy, as I call it, to send them a newsletter once a month, that we can show you how to create a professional newsletter, and remind of yourself at least once a month. You can send a newsletter to all your contacts, your existing clients, your prospects that you are speaking now and you didn't close them yet, and all the other emails that you have with something useful, not about insurance, about something else. You will find a nice piece of content. You will create it with AI now. You can find it in the internet, whatever, and you can share it with these contacts. If it is a company, you put the company. If you know the position, it is the CEO, the founder, the secretary, or whatever. Here, there's a number that you don't need to put it here, because this is how big of an opportunity this client might close with me, and when. This is because I want to also write down the opportunities. This is when you put a new contact, like this is mandatory. Let's say it's a personal contact, or I find it with networking, or let's say it's social media contact. And I will show you how to use also this 1, 2, 3 tries or 4 tries, because we need to know when we open a contact if we have made more than 4 tries to contact him. My advice is, if somebody says, even if he says, call me next week, and then the other call me next week and call me next week, you need to be so good at prospecting, so you leave them for 2 months. So they don't feel that you are pushing, because sometimes they don't have the courage to tell you, I don't want an appointment, and they say, call me next week, and they feel the pressure, and they create a negative image of you, so you don't need that. Have so many. If he says 1 or 2 times, call me later, okay, I'm going to leave you, call me whenever you want, and if they don't, call them after 3 months. And if they are like connected to another contact that you have in your CRM or your contacts, or a client referred to you, whatever, you can say who gave you the contract, the referral, sorry. And here you can have some general comments, because when you speak to a person, and that's something that you need to have open all the time, even if you call somebody that you know or you don't know. Let's say I call Victor and he tells me, I don't want to discuss it now because my father will have a surgery and we have a lot of expenses now and I'm very occupied. I don't want to do it now. I will take down this note as I'm speaking to him, father surgery, and I can make it even better then. Because when I call him after 3 months, it's not possible, especially if you prospect the right way and you have a lot of prospects, to remember some things for each client. But if I have it in my notes, when I call him, I will not start with the appointment. I will say, hi, Victor, by the way, how was your father surgery? Is everything okay now? Normally, I wouldn't remember, but now I will remember because I have it in my notes, and then I create relationship even better, because every client needs to feel special. So this is the things that I can have here. So I can save that. And now, the other things that I can add to the client is I can have like a file. I might have to attach a file. I might have also to put his address here. If you have it already, if you don't have it, you will edit here and you will put the address here, because if I am on my mobile phone and I open this contact, I can just click on the direction and it will open the Google Maps, so I don't have to copy paste if I don't know how to go. Now, this is the history of the communication. Again, I call Victor and he tells me about the surgery. I need to remember when I called him and what we discussed. So in the history, I say that it was a telephone, the history, not an appointment. And if you do it on the spot, it's today. I see that the number is blue, the 9, because it's 9th of April. So I save that. And now when I open again, let's say here, when I open again the contact, I will see here in the history that in the 9th of April, we had a phone call and the subject was this test that I put here. So I will tell you after day by day how I use it, but now I'm just giving you the features. This is important. The even most important are the future actions. So whatever I agree with a client, let's say I call a referral that I have it in my active prospects, and he tells me, okay, let's have an appointment. Perfect. Now, I have an appointment with him next Thursday, whatever it is. So it's CETA initial. What is the date? The date is 16th of the month. What time? It was like 12 noon. Okay. I click once out. I might put some information there. He is interested, let's say, for life insurance. And I just save that. And when I save that now, and it's an appointment, not a telephone, I will close that because I want to show you this now to understand how it works automatically. There is a calendar and a new calendar here. So now we have add the feature. So when you go to the calendar in next week, you will see that the appointment is already here. Okay. So the appointment is already here, so I can see in this calendar, internal calendar, what appointments I have. They are color-coded. So if it's a first appointment, it's green. If it's a second appointment, it's orange. If it's a closing appointment, it's red. And if it's a service appointment, I remember it's gray, something like that. And also, at the same time, you can synchronize that and you can see this appointment in your Google calendar. So it syncs automatically. So when you use the CRM, you don't need to go to any calendar to add that you have an appointment. It's automatically already in your internal IRMA calendar and in your Google calendar. So you don't need to do anything else. So you only need to work with your CRM every time. But except only from, let's say, Victor, except from having an appointment, we might say, okay, Panos, as I told you, call me like after 3 months because now I have some problem. So now I go and I put a next action, a telephone. I set the date, let's say, in July 1st, because that's when he told me to call him. And I might call him then after father surgery, whatever. So I save that. And now this is also going to go to the calendar, but in this calendar, the list calendar. So if I go now to the 1st of July, let me go to the 1st of July. I go to the classic way anyway. I could do it faster, but let's do it like that now that I did that. So if I am July 1st, so here is a reminder that I need to call him and here I can see why I need to call him. Call him to close an appointment after father surgery or whatever. And we'll discuss how we use the calendar. This, because it's a phone call and not an appointment, it's not going to be like in this calendar. In this calendar, we are going to see only the appointment. First, second, closing, service, monitoring, all kinds of appointments. So here I'm not going to be confused with other administration work that I need to do, or other follow-up meetings. All the follow-ups will be in the other calendar. And then I'm going to tell you how to use it day by day. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Perfecto. And the last thing that you can do is you can add the social media. I will not stay here because you can just go and take their profile so you have them. Like, let's say if I go to my Facebook profile now, or this guy that I opened to show an example, this is his profile, and I copy his profile and I go to CRM here and I paste his profile and I save that. Now he has the Facebook, so it saves me time when I try to contact some people. Instead of going Facebook, go to search, go to find him and send him a message, I click here, it opens to me and I send a message, and it's faster if you want to do that. It's not the most amazing thing, but it's good to have it. And the most important thing is to give them some tags sometimes, because there are a lot of tags that we have created and you can create your own, like what is his family situation? Let's say he's a family man with children. What is A, B, C, or D category? Let's say he's A. And this is important because in the...
What did you mean by A?
That's what I was about to explain. I segment, I divide my clients, my existing clients, and my prospects to 4 categories, A, B, C, and D. A categories are the high-income clients that they are also center of influences, and I want to create a relationship and I want to take care of them in a better way than all the others. The B clients are my normal clients, the average clients that have the average policies and everything. The C clients are my small clients, and the D clients, I hope that you are going to get there. It's the clients that I want to get rid of because they are complaining all the time. They have very small policies. They are asking for discounts. They are creating problems. And I really don't want them in my portfolio. I don't say that I'm not going to service them, but I need to choose who I have in my portfolio when I have the... So when I have the A clients, I will explain later. Now I'm just giving you the features that in the system of work that I am working is once a month, I go to the CRM, I see who are my A clients, and I decide for each of them to do something to grow our relationship. If they have their birthday, I will send them a better gift, and if I can send a specialized gift, like I had a client that he had $500,000 of policies in premiums, not in coverage. So I was earning too much money from him. So I will not just call him on his birthday as I'm doing for all the other clients. I sent him an expensive gift. And because I was in his office and I saw that he has a collection of miniature cars because he likes some old cars, I saw that, I found in a market like a miniature car, and I sent him this present. He still remembers that. So you need to have only a few A clients. You have to be very serious about who do you put as an A client. And you need to find a way once a month to grow the relationship. Maybe one is his birthday. The other 3 or 4, it might be his birthday of his children and his wife. You don't have to send a gift there. But if you can call him and tell him like, happy birthday to your son, this is different from all the others that they are just call him to his birthday that they know. You can pass by if he's in a location and just say, I was passing by, I thought that I can give you these sweets, and bring something and treat all his employees also. They're going to let you know. Find a nice article, send him an email once a month and tell him, I saw that, I thought it might be interesting with you. Find common hobbies if you can. With this client that I told you, my biggest client, at least after many months that we were collaborating and discussing and I was finding opportunities to grow the relationship, he told me that he plays tennis in one of the discussions. Oh, I'm playing tennis also. Do you want to hit some balls together and everything? So this is why you need to have A clients. And you need to divide, to put a tag at least. What is this kind of situation? The family situation for every client, A, B, C, D, or D category. if he's high income, medium income, or low income. This is very important. What is his profession? If he's like, I don't know, what is the trabajador in the bed? If he's like a freelancer or an executive, let's say. What is the age group? Let's say he's 30 to 40. And if he's hot or cold to close, if you know that information, it's caliente. I know this word. And then here, this is the test that I have made. You can create your own. Maybe you might have some clients that they are in Querétaro, let's say, and you're living in Mexico. So I create this with the color of green, whatever, blue. So I save that. And now when I go here, I will find this, the Querétaro, and maybe at some points I want to divide the clients in some territory. So when I visit Querétaro, I will go to the CRM and I say, give me all the clients that they are in Querétaro, and I will see how I can concentratively meet them or do something or make public relations or whatever. And then you save that, and now all these tags are here, and I will show you how you can use it to tag them. But is this clear how we tag them all together?
Yep.
So whenever you add the client, it's good to add some tags. It's going to be handy later when you make your strategy. Now, if you know also, they will tell you from the phone or when you meet them or if by any other way that you will know, if they have some contracts already, then you can say that they have, let's say, a permanent disability contract that it's like for $100,000. The company is, of course, Insignia. The renewal is every whatever, let's say June 5th, if there is an existing policy, and if you have any notes, you might not have. If it is your client or not, because if you have some clients already, I will tell you that it's good to go and make a needs analysis with a new system from the start, reintroduce yourself. But let's say he's not your client, and how often does he pay? Monthly, quarterly, annually, whatever. And when the system wants you, when you want the system to notify you to approach them. Because if he has a life insurance policy in another company, at least 60 days before, you need to start the conversation, because he might not be able to meet you directly. He might want to think about it, whatever. So let's say 60 days, you will put the system to call him, let's say. Okay. And you save that. And now this also, you will see that here what kind of contracts he has already, but also it goes to the list of the calendar. So when you go to the day, you will remember that you need to do something about this policy, so you can take it with your company if you have something better to offer. Okay. So if you know that he has any contracts, either from the phone or when you meet them for the first needs analysis, or whenever you know this information, add them so you will know when you need to follow up. And if he gives you any referrals, because there is some prospecting ways that I can give you also, that you can see, watch a webinar about prospecting ways. What is the name, the surname, the telephone, and the email that you need to know. And here is the button that if you use it also as a need analysis and you want to find him in the clients to start a needs analysis, here when you see that he is this small person with the plus sign, it means that he's not in your contacts to start an IRMA analysis. If you want them to be there, because now I know that I have the first appointment next week, I will click that here, I will create a client profile, and now I'm going to find him also in my clients. Okay, so, and of course I can delete the client if I want. So just to know, if I go now to the clients, to the client base in the dashboard, I go to clientes here, and I search for Victor, he will be here. Okay, Victor Toruco. So I can go to his contact and start an AI IRMA analysis. Or you can do something else. You can go here, analysis IRMA. You can select the client, Victor Toruco, and you start an analysis again from here, and you can go to the analysis. We're not going to speak about the analysis today, but you're going to do the AI analysis, okay?
Yep.
So as far as what a contact has inside, is it clear all the things that we can do to a contact? We can add. You don't need to add them everything, because maybe one prospect is just a name, a referral, and you don't know anything. So you will start learning information as you try to approach them. But this is all the things that you can have to a contact. Is there any questions here?
No.
Perfect. So either I describe it very well, or because I don't see you, you are taking a nap.
They are all
Very clear.
sleeping.
Obviously, we need to, in my case, I need to perform all this activity to start with the clients and start with the information. But so far, it's very clear the way to do it. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. So let's say now, let's take it to the real world now. So how it works like every day. Let's say first that I find a new client. I went to an event yesterday and I met Rodrigo. What's the name? I don't remember. Yeah, Rodrigo. Say your name. Rodrigo what? Solinas. Okay, so I met Rodrigo. So I don't know anything else. Like I know only that your name is Rodrigo. Your name is Salinas, your surname. And I know probably your telephone. You gave me your telephone because I asked it for you. And I know that it was like networking the way. And I have also your email. Okay. I will choose one of the emails. I save that. That's the only thing that I have to do today if I met you yesterday. I don't have any other information. So that's the one I have. Maybe I might know that you are a high income client. I don't know anything else. Maybe I met you because you are an entrepreneur. You are already. Or if you are not, you have to be like as an insurance advisor, you're going to make a lot of money. So that's the one. I save that. You are here. Okay, perfect. So let's say now I have all my prospects. Here in the prospects, you can have, let's say, people from referrals, people that you know by yourself, people that you know from networking, whatever ways that you found them. So there is two ways now to work in a daily basis. Let me show you how I do that. So I have this list. Except from the technical features, here in the active prospects, and I will explain what is an active prospects. If you don't have more than 100 new prospects, you need to work very hard. You need to train yourself on prospecting together with Victor, and you need to have at least and sustain 100 new prospects. If you have that, I can guarantee you, if you do another thing, you will have great production and you will never be out of your goal. Never. But if here, you have only 10, 15, 20, and if they are not very good, also quality, because I will tell you what means an active prospect and an inactive prospect, then you're going to struggle to make the production, you're going to have stress and everything. So if prospecting becomes your priority, you're going to be successful. If not, you're going to struggle all the time. That's for sure. Now, let's say you have here 100 clients, okay? So there is two ways to work now. Either you will work in the way that you found them. Let's say you want to work only with networking people. So now you see that networking is only Rodrigo that I put from networking. So if you have more than networking, they will appear here. Or I want to personal contacts. This is the personal contacts. Or I want to do social media. Anyway, you understand how it works. So if you want to work with a specific group, you do it like this. If you don't want to go to a specific group and you just want to go with your best prospects that you have out there, forget whatever we discussed so far and we say it's a new day. It's tomorrow morning, I wake up, I sit in my desk, and what I do is this. I will tell you to just change just one habit only. If you have done all this foundation work and you have your prospects here, what I do in the morning is one thing. I sit down, I make my coffee, I open the CRM, and I'm searching here who I'm gonna call today. Okay. If you go here in the dashboard, and if you haven't done that, and I'm telling you because also I try to make it as a seminar, and you make the production equation, if you say that in 2024, you want to make $1,000, and I'm not converting that to pesos now, a month from new commissions, from new policies, not from your existing portfolio, and you say, let's say that Rodrigo, if you call 10 prospects today, referrals, how many will say yes to an appointment normally, on average? What do you think it's going to be the number?
Between 4 or 6.
Okay, let's go to 5. So 50% they will say yes. Okay?
Yeah.
If you make the first appointment with them, how many they will say, yes, I want to see the insurance solution? After you make the needs analysis and they understand the needs and everything, and you have to go back to Insignia to make an offer, how many they will say, yes, either in the first appointment or in a second appointment? How many they will say, yes, I want to see the solution?
Maybe 4.
40%. So then you go and you make 10 closing appointments. So you present the solution. How many they will close with you? They will buy at the spot. 3. And let's say this is, I don't care about the average commission. Let's say it's 35% with a bonus, whatever. And what is the average policy that you sell?
24,000.
So it's like around 1,200. I think it's 1,000 because I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So now
the dollar is cheap, but
it's cheap. Okay, that's good. So in order to do this number, $1,000 a month from new policies, the system tells us that you need to make 40 phone calls. You need to make almost 20 first appointment, 8 second appointment. You're gonna close 2.3 policies, and you're gonna make this production. So in order to make this all are in dollars. Okay. So now, if you have to make 40 phone calls, how many are if you divide them in 4 weeks?
10.
If you divide it in 5 days,
2.
how difficult is to do 2 phone calls a day?
Nothing.
Nothing. The problem is that you have to have the prospects. So always you need to solve the prospecting challenge. But if you have the clients and you commit to change just one habit, to make 2 phone calls a day, would you be able to do consistently your production? Yes or no?
Yes.
Perfect. So why don't you double? Because can you make 4 phone calls instead of 2?
Sure.
Perfect. So let's make it double. Why don't you do 2,000 now? You double your income. And now you see that's 80 a month. 40, like 80 is 20 a week, 5 a day, 4 a day. So this is how you make your business plan. And I'm telling you that because it's related to the CRM. Because when I go to the CRM, I have only one thing in mind in the morning. I'm not confused. I make things very simple. I say, I need to find the 10 people that I will call so I can find the 5 so I can try to make an appointment. Is this clear, this?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. So I go and I say, okay, let me try. Okay, Rodrigo, I met him yesterday, is a good prospect. Juan Manuel, whatever he's like Peron, whatever, yeah. I will not even try to say this name, but I will put him in the list. Let me see who other is a good candidate today. Let's say this. Or yeah, I'm seeing no, this. This is a good client to call today. This is a good client. Let me see the others. Okay, this, and I think this is also a good client. How much time did I spend? 1 minute, right? Let's say that you spent 3 minutes. This is the first thing that you need to do in the morning. If you do that, you put in the map the productivity in the day. That's the first and the only thing that you need to do in the day. And the second thing that I'm doing in the day, after I do that, because it might be, I don't know what time do you start your day and if it's a good time to make phone calls, but sometimes I'm starting early my day. So like 7 o'clock in the morning is not a good time to call people. So I go to my calendar, like I go here to the Nuevo Calendario here, and I say, no, or I can, no, here it's related to the client. Let's go to the Google Calendar, whatever. I go to a next week, whatever, to a week that it's, and I say that from 3 to 4, and make phone calls. Let's say I'm just doing, and I lock that in my program. So I know that I will do the phone calls, the 10 ones, but I have decided them. I make an agreement with myself to do it like this day, and I'm doing that. So now I have these 10 people, and I leave them. The second thing that I'm preparing myself in the morning is I have 10 prospecting ways, which I'm gonna try to implement today. If you have some first appointments and you have watched the training, or if you haven't, I will tell you how you can go and watch the prospecting webinars. I can ask referrals in the first appointment, because if I do the appointment with a risk analysis, at the end the question is very simple. Do you think that knowing your risks, knowing your priorities, knowing how big is every risk, and using AI to make all this analysis, do you think it's useful either you buy insurance or not? Yes, it is. So if it's useful for you, is this useful for everybody that's working and having family? Yes, it is. So, okay, if you have some people that you really love and care, let's be part of our mission and let's give them the opportunity to know the risks, and then they will decide if they want to do anything or not. But I can go there without any cost to give them a free assessment, and then they will decide. So one of the ways that I use every day is try to take referrals in every appointment. The second is, anyway, let's not go to the prospecting ways. So I decide what kind of prospecting days that I'm going to run. If I don't decide that in the morning, I will end my day without a prospecting way, and this is going to be my disaster. So I just need to decide in the first day in the morning, before you speak to anybody, client, to try to solve any problems of your business, to speak to your wife or whatever, or your husband, just choose who you're going to call and what time are you going to call them, and what prospecting ways are you going to implement. If you do and you change only this daily habit, and I really ask you not to say yes because we're just having a discussion, do you think it will change your productivity, yes or no? I'm not going to continue if you don't say yes.
Yes.
I'm just saying. Okay, so I forget that now. So now what I do in the day, I will tell you how I use the software every day. So I chose my clients, finished. Now I will go to my calendar. Okay. So for today, I will see what I have to do. I don't need to remember everything. I have this opportunity to call. I have these existing clients that they are renewing 1 month from now, their clients. I have these birthdays that they are running. So I'm having this open all day in front of me, and I'm doing whatever I need to do. So I'm trying, I'm calling, I'm making appointments or whatever. And let's say at the end, so this is the thing that I have open all day in front of me. And if you want, now we're designing in a different way that you can do it in a different pop-up. I have that also this tab, so I can see my appointments. So let's say I have this tab and this tab. This is not this, wait. It goes also, I cannot have it in another tab. It will change also this, no. Yeah, I have this tab and this tab. Okay, so here I see what I need to do in the day. Here are all my follow-up things that I have to do. Here's my calendar, so I can add an appointment or whatever. So here, I have opened that. I work, I finish that. Okay, I click here, it's finished. Okay, I click that, it's finished. And let's say this at the end of the day or next morning, whatever you want, you can go to the previous day and say, I didn't manage to call him. Okay, what can I do now? I can snooze that. Not here, because this is just renewals. Let me snooze that. I can snooze that. It means that if I didn't do it today, I will click +1 and it will go tomorrow. So I will find it tomorrow. It's now in Wednesday. The same. Or if, let me find another one. Let me go to the, because this is, wait. Wait a minute. Because I don't understand the language. This is the one. So if I want to snooze it, either I can take it to the next day, or if I call this client, because let's say this is an opportunity that I need to call, and the client tells me, Panos, call me after 5 days. I go here and I say after 5 days. I don't even have to remember the date because this is faster. So this went 5 days now after. Or I can snooze that and I can put a specific date, because the client tells me, we said that we are going to speak today, but I can't. Can you call me in the 12th of September? Okay, 12th of September, add snooze, it went to 12th of September. So either I finish the work, or I snooze it for the next day, for 3 days after, or for whatever date it needs to be snoozed. And here in the calendar, if I want to go back and say, okay, from the 1st of the month until today, did I forget anything? I go here, and now I have everything that I forgot, and I need to make an action. I snooze them, I delete them, I complete them if I forget to do that. So is this clear how we use the calendar every day? I just have it open all day in front of me, and I'm trying to finish all the follow-up actions I have to do. Clear for everybody?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Excellent. Now, this is my way to go the place. Now we're building a software that's going to be, you're going to get crazy with that, but we need some months to do that. So imagine now that you don't even need to log in here, because your mobile phone will wake up and have a conversation with you. It will ask you, you have this appointment. Do you want to make any follow-up notes? Do you want to make any follow-up actions? And you will just discuss with your phone. But we need some time to finalize that with artificial intelligence. So let's say now it's 3 o'clock and I need to go to make my phone calls. That I said that I'm going to make the phone calls. So I'm starting my phone calls now. I go here. I called Rodrigo. Hi, Rodrigo. We met yesterday. I thought that we might have an appointment, blah, 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 whatever you say in the phone call. Yes, Panos, let's make an appointment next week. Okay, I open that. I put an action. First appointment, next week. What hour did we decide? 11. Save that. It's in my calendar now. Is it finished? No. I need to take Rodrigo Salinas from here to the first appointment. That's the only thing I have to do. Okay. So this is the one thing that can happen with my phone calls. They can close an appointment and I have scheduled the first appointment. Here you will see I'm taking points already. If I take another one, I call also Juan. Juan tells me again, yes, of course, but let's do it 2 weeks later. Okay, I will do it in the 23rd. The time is going to be, let's say, 12. Let's do it like that. I save that. Test also. So here, I take Juan Manuel that I called and I put him, you see now it's 8. Here in the red button, it's 8. Now, if I make a phone call and it's successful, so now it's 10. So here I need to take 25 points every day. So then I call Abraham and he tells me, Panos, yes, let's meet, but I don't have a specific date now because I'm swamped. Let's talk after 15 days. So what does he say to me? Call me again. So I take him here. So I will go here now and I will put 15 days after when he told me to make a phone call. I will put it like in the 23rd of the month. I will save it. It will be in my list now. So I'm going to call him. And I called Samara and she told me, something, I'm not interested about insurance. I try to handle the objections. She doesn't understand. So she says, no, I don't want to meet. Okay. And what happens now? I close another appointment. You know how it goes now. So I need to finalize the appointments, or if I don't find him, either I leave him here to call him tomorrow, or I put him back in the list. Okay, whatever. So when I have contacts here in the blue area, in the blue column, they can only go to one of these 3 columns. They cannot go anywhere else because I cannot go to a second appointment from the phone call. So from this, they can go either I closed an appointment, or he told me to to call him again after 15 days,
So later.
or he doesn't want to meet. Now, something that I forgot to tell you, what I do the first thing in the morning, I do 3 things. Sorry, I forgot something that is important. What I told you now, it's valid, it's okay. But what I do in the morning is first, I choose the clients that I want to call. Second, if I didn't do on the spot yesterday, I'm gonna just move. If I met a client yesterday, if I met Asma, she was scheduled for a first appointment yesterday, and I met her, and we made the first appointment. So now, from the green area, they can go only to one of the orange areas. So I met Asma, so I need to take notice what we discussed. So, okay, Asma, we made the first needs analysis appointment. So yes, we decided to make a second appointment yesterday. So I forgot to do that yesterday because I was on the road and I went straight home and I didn't log in to my CRM. So I do it first thing in the morning. I move her here, that we schedule an appointment. I open here, I click when we have the cita, the cierre, it is, whatever, yeah. And when is the date that we close the closing appointment. I save that, it's in my calendar now, okay. And the system also gave me points because when from the first appointment, I go to a closing appointment, so I managed to educate him and make him understand that they need to see the solution. Now I take 3 points every time that I succeed to that. So I check every morning who I'm gonna call, first thing. If I did any first appointments, if I did any second appointments, because I might have done some second appointment yesterday with, let's say, Jane. So what happened in this second appointment? So in the second appointment, we closed. Okay, so I put him in the closing. And now you see, this opens because I can put how much of a policy I closed. I closed a policy of 24,000, as you said. And I click OK. So the system will know my production now. What kind of production I have done already. Okay. Also, now I will tell you again, like in a more easy way. When I have a first appointment, it might go here that I schedule a second appointment. It might go here because he told me, call me again for the second appointment. Yes, I want to know the solution, but I'm not going to be around in the next month, so call me on May. Or he told me that I'm closing now because you might close a policy in the first appointment, or that he doesn't want to know about the solution. So when you go to check what happened here in your first appointments, they will go to either one of the 4 places and you will add all the information that you know, because now you have a lot of more information. If I meet Rodrigo, let's say the next day, and I go here and I put him because we decided to make a second appointment, now I will open the edit and I will add any other information that I know about Rodrigo, like comments, whatever, etiquettes, I can put everything that I know because now I have done the first appointment, okay?
I have a question, Panos.
Sure.
Let's assume that Rodrigo was a contact, then I made it a client and I did the analysis.
Mm-hmm.
The information I upload in the analysis is now in the contact. I mean the email. It is now in the CRM.
Yes, it is. It's connected with a client that if you make him a contact here and you make him a contact here, yes, whatever you put there, it's also here.
Okay.
So again, just to make it simple to you, first thing in the morning, I choose my clients. Then I go to the first appointments to see, did I do them? I did that. What happened? This. They told me, call me again. Just a move, I open, I add the information. Here, I had also yesterday a meeting with Elliot, but Elliot didn't show up. So what happens is either we spoke on the phone because I called here, Elliot, we had an appointment, what happened? You're not here. And he said, oh, sorry, I forgot myself, I didn't do that, can we do it next week? So then I will just go here and put an action that we will have again a first appointment, and I will put the new date. That's the first thing. Or Elliot might say, I'm sorry, I forgot, can you call me again, please, tomorrow or after to reschedule? So I put him here to call them again. Okay. So here you will put either a phone call that they told you to call again or a first appointment that didn't happen. Is this clear?
Yep.
Perfect. So I go to the first appointments, I see if they happened or not. If they happened, they will go to one of the orange places, and then I go to see what happened with the second appointment. Okay, I made the second appointment. I closed the one, and the other told me that I don't want to buy. I don't care to buy. Okay, so I don't put here to reject to buy. No, reject to buy is here. And let's say the third thing that I have to check, because this is only 2 or 3 contacts. You will not have more than 2 or 3 appointments a day. I hope you will have some point, but normally you will have 2 or 3 appointments a day. And I have a closing appointment now. So this closing appointment, it means that he closed, but did I do the application? Did I remember to do the application? If you have done that, then you put them here. So now, if it's an automated contract and the policy is all ready, and here you put him that the policy is okay, now I will write the policy number, the policy exact premiums, because now the policy premium is ready. Yeah, now it was not exactly 24,000, it was 24,125. And the client paid the policy, okay, and he didn't refuse to pay. So now he's a client. So I will tell you in some columns, every day you need to clear the columns. So I will start with that. So let's say he's a client already. So he needs to go to the other list of the existing clients already. So what I do is, first thing, when he closed is today. So one, I'm going to put an action that it's going to be a service appointment for now, because in the future we are going to automate that. And I will go to next year, to 2025, okay, again April 9th, because now I know that it's going to be the annual review that I have to do. So I save that now, and I have the action for the client. And now I will click down this, and I will go to the clientes existentes, okay, and he left from this kind, and now he's, if I click here, the client in the prospect, now he's here. Is this clear how we finish with a client when he becomes a client, from prospect to client?
Yep.
Okay. And so I will give you an example how fast it is now, because I'm explaining also the background of that. And also, I need to decide what I'm going to do with all the columns that they are rejection columns. Let's say this client, he told me that he doesn't want to meet. So now I have to decide, I'm going to delete this client, or he told me that he doesn't want to meet because he's unemployed now. And maybe in the future, I can approach him again. When? Let's say next year. It doesn't matter. So what I do is I put a date for a phone call. So I go to actions before I go. I put a telephone, and I really go to 2025, January 1st, and I save that, and I close. And now I'm going to this client. Sorry, no, you don't need to do that. You just click here, and you take him to the last prospectus inactivos, because for now, this prospect is not active until next year, January. So I put prospectus inactivos, okay, she left here. And she's in the inactive prospects, that there is a list here that I know that I have some inactive prospects. So either I'm going to wait the right time to come, my calendar will tell me, and then I will put them again in the active. Let's say now it's January 2025. I put here again to the active prospects, because now I can approach her. Maybe I'm not going to approach her in the first of the month, but now she's back in the active prospects. So the first thing, I need to decide what to do every day or once a week. You don't have to do it every day. what happens with the people that they said, no, I don't want to meet? So either you will put them in an inactive status and a date when you think it would be a nice time to approach them again. And the other is, he spoke to me in a way that I don't even like him, so eliminate. I don't want to deal with this client. And you need to do that sometimes, even for your self-confidence, because if you see a client that he's not kind, he doesn't care about his future, whatever, you will be so good at prospecting, you will choose with whom you want to work with and not the other way around. Okay?
And Panos,
Now,
how can we delete more than one at one time?
we are trying now to do that because normally it's not something that you need to do, but we are trying to make some bulk action. We don't have it already, but we are planning to do that.
And how can I search for a specific contact in the CRM?
Very easily, you go here and let's say you click the first name, let's say Victor, and you have it already. Like whoever is Victor, you can search it here.
Okay.
And you see in what column he is. Now we have a lot of Victors, but here in the search button.
I mean, everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good thing about you, that you're everywhere. That's how an advisor should be, everywhere. So the first column you need to clear is the people that they refuse to meet. The other is the people that they refuse to see the solution. Again, the same exact thing. You delete them or you put a future action when you think you should approach them again, and you put them to the inactive clients. And also the last column that you need to clear is the people that they refuse to buy. So are they inactive because this guy, this Amy, or this Zach Thomas told me, you know, Panos, I'm going to do it, really. But I'm going to do it next year, for sure. Okay. If I cannot push him to do that now, if I can convince him, not push him, so I will call him again as a prospect. I will say that he will do it 2025 because blah, 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 whatever. I select 2025 January 1st. I put him again, save, close, Zach Thomas, inactive client for now. Okay, done. So here you will know only the people that you really can do something with them. Don't confuse yourself with lists that you might have in Excel files or in notepads, that you have a whole list of people that some people, now you understand what means an inactive, and you have a list and you say, I have 100, but you don't really have 100. You have 20, because all the others, you cannot approach them now. They are maybe some prospects, but in the future, or they're living in another city and you're going to meet them when you go there. It's not the people that you can approach in the week. These 5, 10 telephones that it's like great that you can do them today. Okay. So again, I'm going to show you like my daily practice, how easy it is to do it in 5 minutes. Again, day starts. I'm choosing the clients that I want to call. I'm going to do it 3 o'clock. I forget about that. What happened with my first appointment? This appointment, close the second appointment, open, I put the information. This told me, call me again. Perfect. This told me, I don't want to buy, I don't want to know the solution. This, I hope you have 5 appointments. You do that. Excellent. What happened with my closing appointments? I have a lot. Normally you will not have so many. You will have 2 or 3 here, or I hope you have like 2 or 3 or 5 that they are expecting to. What happened is this happened, yes. Okay, so I closed. I made the application and everything. That's all. That's what I have to do for the CRM. Move the clients in the right column, add the information that I know. And then I forget about that and I go back when I want to make the phone calls. And then I open my calendar and I have my calendar all day open and I have all the things that I need to do. So I have it here, I snooze them or whatever. So this is the things that I'm doing with my existing clients. Now, this number is the magical number. If every day you see that this turns green and it's more than 25 points, you need to be obsessed with that, either by making phone calls or making first appointments or second appointments or taking referrals or whatever, because even if you add the referral, you take 1 point. So if you have 25 points every day and you become obsessed with that, you're going to be successful for sure. This is the daily use of the CRM, and we are finishing in 10 minutes. Now, if you want to tag them, so let's say I want to work only with people with kids today. So you tag them here, and either you can call them and make some things, or you can export them now, and the system will export only the clients that they are with kids or whatever, and you can export all your clients, or only the one you filtered with a tag. So if I take an Excel that now, it will create an Excel called, you can call it whatever you want. And in this Excel now, I have only the clients here that they are married with children. So if I need to invite them to a webinar that a consultant about family will talk, I will take this email, I will send them an email with any system that I'm using to send massive emails. I hope we'll have our own in a few months. And you can make a project. So this is how you use the tags. And then I eliminate the tag. Let's say I take out all the filters or whatever. I told you that here you can work also with people. From where did you find them? From social media, from referrals, if you want to work with a specific person. So also, let's say I make this first appointment with this guy. And in the first appointment, sometimes you know what kind of opportunity it is. So I open here, I click edit, and I go here. Remember that I told you that he might be an opportunity of 24,000 pesos in policy, and I think that he might close next month, now in the 15th of the month, because he told me. This is not something that you know normally in the first appointment when he will close, but you might know. I'm just showing you how you can do that. Now this is in the opportunities. I will tell you why I'm telling you that. Or you have a second appointment now. That in the second appointment, you will know for sure if he is closing, if he told you that he's going to close in 1 month or 2 months or this week, or he closes immediately. So again, you can add this information. And if you have some people here that, let's say, you call him, you add some information, it's the second try, or then you save that. And then you go tomorrow or next week and you find this guy again. And when you open, you see here that is the second try. But if you see at some point that is the fourth try, okay, so I have this client here, and I open that and see I have made 4 tries. What I do is go here. Sorry, before I do this, I open, I say, after 3 months, on July 1st, I will call him again. I'll make a telephone, save, done, go to the inactive clients. Because now I don't want to call you again, and I don't want you to be in to confuse me how many prospects I have. This client, if you implement this strategy, for 3 months is not a prospect. So after 3 months, he will become again, but now he's not. So this number should be 100 active prospects that you can call them tomorrow and just check if they want to meet or not. Leave it to the statistics.
And as soon as that day arrives, it automatically change from inactive to active?
No, we are going to do that also in the new version, but for now, you are going to find them in the calendar.
The calendar, okay.
So when you do that, when you see an inactive client here that he's not a client, and you will see that now it's client. Let me go to another. Anyway, let's say that this is the case. You're going to find, you can open the pop-up here. Let's say you see today it's an inactive client. So you'll see that there's an opportunity that came. First, you might want to call him directly, but then you can go here and you can change the column here. You can make him an active prospect like just by saving him. And that's it. So the important thing is that you will find him here in the calendar. Because or else you will forget about him most of the times. But it's easy to put him, you will put him again in the active prospects. In the new version, we are putting like an automated process that when you decide that he is going to be, but you need to make an action to know. Because let's say somebody is unemployed and you say, okay, I am putting that, let me call him like 6 months after, and you might call him and he say, oh, you know, I'm worse now, I'm homeless. Like, don't know what to say, like whatever. So you will keep him in the inactive prospect. It's not necessary that when the time passes he will be active.